Oh. Oh.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the Problematic Podcast. I'm your friendly neighborhood co-host, Rita, with my friendly favorite neighborhood co-host, Whitney. Whitney.
Hi, friend. How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
It's good. It's a good though. I haven't done that in a while. I forgot.
You
I was like, wait, I usually associate that with bad things. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. I'm very relaxed.
That's
Life
good.
is good.
Are you drunk?
No.
Okay, all right.
No. Just caffeine.
That's an upper.
You know, parents have a lot of
downer.
caffeine.
Oh, okay. I support this.
Yeah.
For anybody listening, Whitney is one of those very serious adulty adults. Like she does the adulting things. Like
No,
she
I
wakes
don't.
up immediately in the morning and gets right to working and parenting. And I would just like to let everybody listening know that I am not a serious person or an adult. I am neither of those things.
She's very responsible. I don't know why she does this to me. I don't know why she does this to me. Just the epitome of responsibility. Just out here doing the things. We stand.
You're being very generous. I thank you for that. I appreciate that. I just today.
We talked about it. So
all right, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We got a lot to get into today. I'm just going, we got to talk about the music that we've been listening to. We're going to get into biggest celebrity disappointments because that's going to be fun. We have to talk about how we lost one of our favorite aunties, favorite great aunties, last week, the Tina Turner. And then we have a very interesting, problematic letter that I have named Proms and Promises because many of you know it's prom season.
I'm so sick of y'all with this prom season nonsense.
Girl, I got 2 prom responses.
I'm so sick of the internet about this prom thing. I'm like, I'll save my comments.
We are going to get into it today, but first we're going to start with what have you been listening to if you've been listening to anything?
I did.
Boom.
So it was a sound across social media, and I was like, what is this vibey ass, beautiful ass song? Have you heard of Enny?
Enny?
E-N-N-Y?
Spell it one more time for me.
E-N-N-Y.
No, I have not.
Have you heard the Pink Black Girls? The Pink Black Girls in the area code. Okay, so that's Enny's song. That's not Enny in that particular part. That's someone else rapping that particular part.
Okay.
But Enny has a song called Charge It. All right.
Oh boy.
Boom. Neo soul. I'm trying to describe it because I want to make sure you're picking up what I'm putting down. Neo soul, vibey, British rapping.
I'm here. I'm in.
When I tell you,
I love the UK hip hop scene.
You cut it on, you pour yourself a cuppa.
A cuppa? Not a cuppa. Not a cuppa.
You pour yourself a cuppa. But be careful when you pour yourself a cuppa because I just learned, unfortunately, against my own will, that when you use tea bags, it introduces microplastics into your water. So you're better off using just leaves.
Now I gotta get one of them leaf steamers, the little metal contraptions.
But it's also more, it's better for the environment.
This is what I mean when I say she's a real adult.
Stop it.
Because I would have taken that same information and been like, okay, microplastics, add it to the other 90,000 carcinogens that we incidentally put in our bodies every day.
We're not going to decompose.
Oh,
our bodies are not going to decompose.
We are not, because we are 67% plastic and parabens.
Pretty much. How about you? What you been listening to?
All right. So I do have to comment. We have this ongoing debate in my home, and it's basically about the R&B girls and how there was a time in our great history where the R&B girls could sing. They grew up in church. They were the belters. They did the ballads, We're talking the Whitneys, the early Mariahs. For the people who are a little older, the Patties, the Celine Dion's, we had, there was a group.
The ladies sang.
The SWVs, whether you like them or not, them girls sang and harmonized. Brownstone. Then you had the transition to Destiny's Child. So, there was a time where you might not have liked the song per se, but there was a collection of girls who could sing, like
They sang
hit the notes
down.
But I feel like lately, and this is no shade to the
It's
new
shade.
girls.
It is shade. It's
a
auntie
little-
shade.
It is. It's just different because it's a little harder for some of us, not necessarily me, more so cough cough my wife, to
Cough cough my husband.
growing up loving those big soaring voices to now you have like a Janae Aiko.
Why did I know that was the exact one you were going to? I like her little whisper fairy voice.
So
it comes with like little Tinkerbell sprinkles.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
I don't call that singing. And I think there's a very distinct distinction when there has to be a distinction when we're talking about R&B. I feel like there has to be a bare minimum of vocal ability. And there's nothing wrong with the trendy whisper singing now. Because I feel like
we're going to come out of that soon.
Yeah, well, I hope so. But remember when Nicki Minaj was calling herself a singer? And I was like, what Nicki
You know what?
doing?
That just flashed me back to a moment for life. And there was a few times where she like had to find
like she's
she's
melodic, but being melodic doesn't make you a singer. Anyway, I'm going somewhere with
it
this.
It means you can find the note. My daughter is melodic. She's 2. I don't expect her to be on key.
I'm not melodic, but I get when people say like, I don't really like this new R&B because they be doing that singy whisper nasal thing. There used to be a time when nasal singing was bad.
That's what the children like. This music is not for us.
So I say all of that to say Summer Walker is a really good combination of those two disciplines. The Whitney, Whitney says she doesn't like her.
I don't like her for her personality and her.
Okay, so let's get into it. So let's get into it. Summer Walker might be one of the most problematic, troubled, undisciplined love life having women in the social media age.
Yeah.
It's like, she got boyfriend names tattooed on her face. She always
bangs? Huh? Is that why she got them bangs?
I hope so. Because
she got them bangs. And I was like, these are new. These are new.
She's got Larry tattooed on her face, which I think is
break up.
Yeah, but I think that was her second child's father. I
don't mean to be on your face.
I'm agreeing with you.
I'm an auntie. I'm an auntie for real. I felt the energy and all of my anklet and my caftan.
I need you
my giant.
You are not wrong. This girl is troubled. Energy. She doesn't necessarily make she got baby daddy issues. I've never had baby daddy issues. She never
will.
These girls be hating on me and calling my phone issues. I've never had those issues.
Never.
But one thing
not me.
I like Summer Walker's voice, and she consistently makes good R&B music. Now, you might not necessarily like her voice because I feel like sometimes she does the whispery tonal thing. And then sometimes you see, okay, there's talent there. This girl can actually sing. She probably didn't grow up singing in church, so she doesn't have the same vocal control.
She has a beautiful voice.
She does.
Like if she was disciplined enough and trained, that voice could be outstanding.
Thank you,
Whitney.
I
get exactly what you. This is again. This is going to be auntie troubles because this is the problem with having exposure to a Whitney, to a Aretha. Oh God, Aretha, Lord.
Oh my God, just
living in a world where Aretha and Tina are not here anymore. And Prince feels wrong.
That gospel choir in heaven is getting real heavy though.
Okay, I'm like someone bubble wrap Diana and Steveland now.
Not Steveland. Not. I want you to know I've been saying Crimer all week because Crimer. I've been saying Crimer all week.
Doing the crimer.
Yes.
I am a crimer. But yes, we're in between that because technically the Arethas, the Whitneys, technically that was our mother's kind of music. And so we were waiting for our big break and then, we got, back that ass up. But that's fine. That's fine. That too was a Negro spiritual.
It is. It is.
And now we're older and we're in between these giant voices we grew up with and these really whispery voices that the kids they're pretty much melody rappers.
Yes.
They're very
melodic rappers.
Yeah, because it's on a beat. I see what you're doing. That's fine. And that's the evolution of sound. My whole thing is that particularly with Summer Walker, you need someone to grab you by your coattails and be like, all right, here's what's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Here's what we shan't be doing. I will be deleting your socials, or I will be managing them myself. You can have an hour on there. You are not allowed to respond to anybody. And don't you start that burner account. I will find it. Next thing, we have vocal training at 1. We have workouts at 10.
Concert performances, because you know she hates to perform.
Then she shouldn't perform. Tiny Desk is sitting right there.
It is. You got to find your platform
right there. Also, there's with the internet, there's lots of options. You could be a digital performer. That's fine. Correct. You could do your unplugged sort of situations. Could you imagine?
Oh my! I feel like that is totally her lane. Unplugged is Summer's lane.
Unplugged is Summer's lane. I'm like, don't force yourself to do something that you're not comfortable doing. But also therapy. Let's go like deep. Let's find out why. I'm saying too many things.
No,
right?
No, you're absolutely correct.
You need somebody to do that for her. To be like, okay, we're getting up at 6. We're starting this. We're doing that. You need to eat like this. This is what we're doing. You have therapy every week. We're going to talk these issues out. We're going to get these tattoos removed. We're going to clean up this image. Because your voice is too pretty and you are way too talented, too gifted. Your pen is your pen.
Oh, come on.
Your pen man.
You be writing the words to the girls.
Okay. And I'm like, even if you don't want to perform, you can still write people's songs.
You can.
So I'm like, all right, myriad of things you could do. But somebody needs to help her because you're like you said, she's not disciplined and she's not going to do it for herself. And we're just going to watch her fizzle out. And that's not fair to her talent and gifting. And
it's not fair. And one thing I can say, and the note that I wrote down for Summer Walker, she did release a project last week called Clear 2 Soft Life. It's an EP. It's really good. I've liked the last 3 things that she's put out. Surprisingly, it's the idea that even though she's this, I don't want to call her troubled, but although she's this chaotic as an artist, she doesn't like to perform. She's expressed her anxiety issues. She has relationship issues. She has, problems with her parenting and co-parenting and all these things that real world people go through.
What's she giving that baby, honey?
And no meat. And no food. She was going to get a baby rickets. Like, it's so weird. But
botulism.
Of all of these things, all of the things that she's going through and she's made public to us that we probably should not have known. I feel like she's still very talented and very consistent. And all of those things haven't wrecked her talent yet. And that's astounding. So for those who have not listened to Clear 2, it's astounding. It truly is. Clear 2 Soft Life, the EP. It's more of the same from Summer Walker, but I want more of the same from Summer Walker. I just want her to talk less.
Yes. Don't talk to us anymore. Please? We don't need to be in here. We don't need to be in this business.
I got 2 auntie comments before we get into we're gonna play a little game.
I have sat comfortably in my auntiness. Like, come join me, honey.
I hope you're ready for this.
Probably not.
Friend of mine who called me and my wife old, and she wasn't wrong.
Because was this a younger friend of yours?
No, this was not. It was actually Reverend Lewis. I got to make sure I get permission to say her name on the podcast. But
hi, Reverend Lewis. we love you.
We were having a conversation. My wife and I, actually we weren't. We were just sitting in bed talking about Tina Turner. And, we're from Philly and Patti LaBelle is from Philly.
And we love Patti.
She turned to me and said, and God forbid, I hope this never happens anytime soon, but she turned to me and said, when Patti go, who you think gonna do the body? And
why would she even say that? Don't. Oh, somebody please bubble wrap Patti. Oh,
bubble wrap
her
right now. Patricia LaBelle is going to live a good long life. I see her
ancient.
Yes, like 110.
Talk about her background singers. I'm not doing this with y'all.
And that's fine, but when she does go, Dupree and them go and do the body. I'm certain of it. Funeral home culture in Philadelphia is very deep. Families go to the same funeral home for generations. And when I shared that with our dear friend Reverend Lewis, she was like, you guys are getting so old so fast.
That's an old thing to think, though. She's not. Reverend Lewis is not wrong. She's not wrong. That was
She
You know
not
why?
wrong.
Because I'm married to an old man. I
You
swear
are. You
he's
are married
20
to the
years older.
oldest, youngest man I've ever met.
I know he's technically younger than me, but that man is old because he says things like "do the body."
Your husband
What?
at least 68. He run a deacon board. He got his own church. This is an old man. He a young man, but he's an old man. You ain't wrong
Oh,
there.
he asked to be on the podcast and said, "Absolutely not. We don't need that kind of chaos."
It's a little out of your age range, sir. But absolutely. I was sitting there and I was thinking about that when she said that, and I'm like, damn, I'm really getting old. Why am I sitting here
You're old
having things
people.
about this? My other um auntie thing that I have to share real quick. It's a request
Oh, okay.
before we talk about the Tina Turner and
Oh,
how we're feeling about it. Just check on you, see how you're holding up.
not.
We're retiring the Ike meme now, right? The Ike
Oh
meme has to go.
my God, we should never had it.
We shouldn't
That
have.
shit was never funny to begin with.
It wasn't. And
You laughed, didn't you?
I did. Now I'm not going to sit here. This is called the problematic podcast, not the Rita about to sit up here and lie podcast. I have lied, and I'm sure when people have pissed me off, I have used the meme. I'm not going to sit here and say that I haven't, but I do think it's time to retire. And it's just one of those things. Social media kind of makes us out of touch with how things make people feel. This woman
Oh yeah.
endured
Oh
domestic
yeah.
abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse
Yeah.
for damn near 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see why she moved to Switzerland.
I wouldn't want to talk to
And
y'all. No way.
I pray that she never had access to social media, because seeing the ex-husband who put hands on me and did a lot of awful other things to
Seeing
me.
Lawrence Fishburne's version.
Right. The knockoff version.
He's the me.
Right.
Which, can we be honest and say that he, like Danny Glover, we did not like for
Let me tell you,
like
it took Akilah and the Bee. And
The
seeing
Matrix.
them two, or seeing Angela and Lawrence on screen together, for
I
me
need
to
watch
go,
Akilah and the Bee then.
I forgive this.
Because it like unplugs us. It's like, wait, it
Nigga.
was a movie. This wasn't
Right.
real.
Yeah, just
No.
yeah, I was uncomfortable. I think it's time to. That's my request. But how you feeling about
I'm not.
aunties? Yeah, no,
This was a gut punch.
it was.
This was
It
a
was.
gut punch. It's like we're watching our legends go.
We are, and that's tough.
We're watching them go. It's like I didn't even have a chance to really get into Tina Turner's music with my child. Like she loves Stevie. Like she loves Stevie. She loves Marvin.
You're raising me right.
She does love Marvin. She does love oh man, why is his name escaping me right now? A bunch of folk, but I didn't really get to Tina just yet.
Mm-hmm.
And the day that she passed, went on to Etsy and grabbed a LP. I grabbed a vinyl of hers.
Nice. Now I gotta go get some Tina vinyl.
Go get some vinyls because they're trying to jack up the prices.
They're going to dissipate. Oh, you're right.
Listen, get a Tina vinyl.
That's on me.
I want to get a few shirts too, but like, she was such a symbol of what perseverance and life beyond struggle, like life beyond the worst thing that you could possibly think could happen. This woman was on government, not to say that government assistance is the worst thing, but like you got to imagine with a career like hers and then plummeting to the lows of lows, and then soaring to the heights of heights. She lived in a quiet life out in Zurich in her dream home with a pool that like an infinity pool that looked like it was like pouring into the ocean of the cliffs that she was living on. She just simply the best. Simply the best. Simply the best. So the day she died, I immediately came in the room and started playing Simply the Best for Emmy, and she started dancing, and I'm like, we're having a good time, and I'm like, like you're not going to get to like we grew up with Prince, we grew up with Tina, we grew up with Whitney, like we grew up with Michael, we grew up with all these great voices, and you're gonna grow up with Summer Walker, and that sucks. I'm sorry. You are growing up with Beyonce too, just to be fair. Let's put them on. I'm sorry, don't choke. I think I killed my friend.
I don't have any water. Why would you? Oh my God. I did not see that
But
coming.
is it not accurate?
You are 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
It is very accurate. You're not wrong. I think, I watched Tina Turner's Tina documentary, and
Ooh,
what
I
I liked
can't.
about it, it was in her own words. Part of it was very
Okay.
sad because towards the end of it, she made a comment. She was like, she looked over her illustrious career. She had two careers. She had one with
Mm-hmm.
Ike, which was out of this world, and then she had an even bigger one where, for a time, she was the biggest rock star
Mm-hmm.
in the world. She was
Mm-hmm.
selling out some more stadiums than Mick Jagger and all of the other people.
Mm-hmm.
And she has this illustrious career. She sells 100 million records. She has more money than God with her second leg of her career.
Mm-hmm.
And in the documentary, she said that the good did not outweigh the bad.
I remember that comment.
And it fucked me up
I
because
remember
it's
reading
like,
that comment.
you know, she is a testament to resilience and to adversity and
Mm-hmm.
to survivorship and all
Mm-hmm.
of these things that we, especially growing up in the 90s when that movie Was Love Got to Do With It came out. If you're a little black girl, it's like that movie, The Color Purple, and what's the other one?
The Little
Imitation
Mermaid.
of
No, just
Life.
kidding. I was
Imitation
being
of Life.
silly.
It's like before you can become a real actual black girl magic
You have to
girl,
watch all
you
those
have to
films.
watch those movies
Mm-hmm.
for different reasons.
Multiple.
I feel like she became like this legendary hero, and not like a folk hero, but like an actual living
Hero.
legend, not just for her music, but for, her strength.
Her
And
story.
to hear her say, even after all of those wins, that those wins didn't outweigh the bad. And hearing her say that, like, what was depicted in the movie wasn't even a fraction of what she actually endured. It's, that's heartbreaking. So, losing Tina at 83 doesn't make me feel horrible. Like,
Mm-hmm.
a Prince who should still be here, a Whitney who should still be here, and Michael who should still be here.
Right.
But I don't know. There was a part of me that when I saw the news, I was sad. It was like a gut punch. Like, oh no, not Tina. But it's like
Right.
83 years of a life lived, and she definitely deserves some semblance of peace.
She deserves peace.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm thankful for
Well
the
said.
art and the artistry. I still listen to River Deep Mountain High. Like that is like the perfect composition.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a good song. You got the
Mm-hmm.
orchestra in the background. You got her
Mm-hmm.
deep, heavy vocals.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to move on. But yeah, if you haven't heard River Deep Mountain High, I don't know what rock you've been climbing yourself under, but go listen to it right now. Like, stop this podcast, put it on pause, go to YouTube.
Then come back.
And then come back. And
We'll talk to you.
Rita was right.
Mm-hmm.
You want to play this game real quick?
I don't, but you're going to make me. I don't, but you're going to make me.
So I saw a tweet
Jesus.
last night, and the tweet was from a young lady named Creep Twin. It's spelled just like it sounds, like if you had a twin and that twin was
creepy.
Mm-hmm. Creep Twin. And Creep Twin asked the timeline, who are your biggest celebrity disappointments? Now, I know Whitney has very big feelings about a lot of things. Mm-hmm. Would you like to give your
Jonathan Majors, what the hell is wrong with you?
We're going to find a way to bring up his name on every episode.
I know. I don't want you to. I keep trying to avoid him. I didn't even talk about what happened on my podcast. I was like, I don't want to talk about it. I left one post on my social. That is it. That's the extent. When it happened.
Severe disappointment.
Oh, these allegations are serious. Oh, this is not looking good. This is really bad. I just haven't said anything since.
Don't look good.
That man used to live on my timeline. Are you kidding me?
That was your boyfriend. I don't know if your husband knew, but I knew.
He knew.
Oh, he knew. Okay.
He knew. Listen,
your marriage is your marriage, and
we didn't have the hall pass thing.
Oh,
and we would not pass? Because I wouldn't be interested. No, that's not even my zhuzh.
No,
but no.
Does that make you a swinger? I'm not a swinger, guys.
You're not. No one thinks that you're a swinger. What the hell?
I don't know. I don't know where that came from. All of a sudden, I feel attacked.
No, girl. No, Janelle Monáe. Absolutely, I understand. I understand where you're
Everybody
coming
should get a
from.
hall pass for Chernobyl Day.
It's just not my thing. But like
Okay.
that deals with other things like with intimacy and stuff like that. I'm like, no, very, very.
Close body parts, not your thing.
Ooh, and I don't like liquids anyway. Don't get the heebie-jeebies. I'm sorry, guys. I just got really uncomfortable. I had to like sit up a little bit.
I have a friend who's very straight, and I'll get permission from her too. My dear friend Taja once said she could never be a lesbian because it's already too wet and too many fluids there when she gets there. Doesn't like it. I said, this is.
It's none of my business.
Hilarious.
Like, however you love is how you love. It's just for me. Like, I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum. I just don't want to be served that meal. That's just it. You know, it's just a little dry. You know,
that's fine.
I just don't like I don't like a lot of fluids and like strange fluids and people I don't know really well. No, that's just never been my vibe. I need a decade of life with you first.
Okay, I respect it.
I'm being silly. Yeah, no, Jonathan Majors broke my heart. Like, broke my heart. Like, the thing that was really disappointing is like how he gave this soft mess, not soft like weak, but soft like meek.
Yes.
Meekness. Like, yeah, I could probably deck you in the face, but I don't have to. We could just talk about this. We can sit down and like, you know, have a cup of coffee. We could talk this through. I go to therapy. I have a journal. I garden, but also I play basketball. And I lift 1 million pounds. But you know, I also like puppies.
These kittens.
Yeah. I read. I volunteer at the library. Oh, volunteering at the library or at the old people's home.
Yes, that's how you.
That's
how you get people like Whitney to fall in love
to marry a minister.
Yes. That's how you do
literally going to hospitals and praying for people,
laying hands on the people.
Creamy. I love community service.
Oh my God.
I'm one of those girls. Like all the other girls be seeing the guys like lifting, like, oh my God. He lifts a stack of books. Or like, have you seen the memes with the chairs?
Yes. Yes.
There's all right. So for those who are unfamiliar, there's a meme about Christian girls. And it's like how you get Christian girls, and it shows a man holding a bunch of like folding chairs all at once.
Yeah, in the fellowship hall. Putting the chairs in the fellowship hall.
Listen, she's not gonna slice that pound cake right if she sees you do this. She's not gonna make that punch right.
Saying slice that pound cake right feels like there's a double entendre in there somewhere.
Oh, I didn't intend. What is happening on this podcast? But yes, Jonathan Majors broke my heart.
We changed the time that we record and we get a different version of ourselves.
Different versions of ourselves.
I love it. Slice that pound cake.
Everybody's like, ooh, y'all gonna have to do this more often. No, we are not.
Yes, that might be an episode title right there. Let me write that down. Slice that pound cake right.
Not slice that pound.
Slice it right.
I'm gonna stop talking.
No, you're not.
It's happening to me.
Give me one more celebrity disappointment.
Golly, I really have to think about that because Jonathan Majors was like the first one because this is the most recent. Taylor Swift.
Ooh.
Taylor Swift.
She went and copied our favorite cousin Giselle.
Well, no, I expect that. Like Beyonce sets the tone for how artists like interact and act, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I expect it. Like I expect that. And at that point, it's imitation is flattery. It's just like, okay, you recognize game, you know what's up. But Taylor Swift recently with her alleged boyfriend, who I don't know if you heard this story.
I have not.
He basically he made a joke or there was a joke made. No, it wasn't made about him. He essentially was talking about how he gets off on a porn site. Where I'm trying to describe it because I don't watch porn.
Okay.
It's brutalizing Black women, essentially. The site's called Ghetto Gaggers. And apparently it's just brutalization of Black women by people who may or may not be Black.
This is the point where you have to say psych, because
I wish, but I'm like, first of all, why did I need to know that? I didn't need to know that. I really didn't need to know that. But yeah, like she hasn't said anything. The thing that she's done was she's now collaborating with Ice Spice, which is like, all right, so your boyfriend gets off on like brutalizing Black women, and you're gonna get a Black woman to help you cover that up.
Yep.
That's cute.
Yeah. That's the only thing that makes sense to insane people.
That's cute.
We gotta get back to not telling everybody our damn business.
Shut the hell up, please. Like, really and truly
awful.
Made y'all weird. Like, y'all can't even have a conversation. Oh God, that is a full auntie thing to say.
So glad that Bobby and Whitney didn't have social media.
Could you imagine the tea?
I don't want to.
I
just
don't
want to.
Could you imagine
nauseous. Patty and Aretha beefing, but like subtweeting each other? It's too much.
No, I liked finding out about that after
the fact. Yeah,
it just seasons the music a little bit. Just makes it a little spicy.
You know what? Taylor Swift, and boyfriend. Yeah, we didn't need to hear that shit.
Also Aquafina, but that's a different story. That's a difference. It's like I wanted to like her, but then she kept going into her like her Black scent, and she never addressed it, and she kept dodging it. And instead of just tapping into it head on and saying, you know what, I just really like Black culture. I recognize it's not the way all Black people speak. I could see it as a problem. I won't do this anymore. She just never addressed it, and I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah, it does suck
because like I really wanted to like her.
What pissed me off about Aquafina was, and maybe I'm slow because I didn't know as much about her as every other body. When I say slow, I mean like I'm kind of behind the times. Like I don't watch.
There's nothing up here. Don't worry about it.
I don't watch a ton of TV, so like my introduction to her was more so Crazy Rich Asians.
Mm-hmm.
So
same.
I didn't know much about her. So when I saw her, and then I saw her like on a late night show or something, I thought that's actually how she spoke.
Me too. I
thought that was actually who she was, because I've heard that she's done like stand up and she's been on other sitcoms
and raps,
but I don't watch a lot of TV, so I didn't know who the hell she was.
I don't know who she is.
And then when I saw her, I saw Crazy Rich Asians was coming out, and then I saw her do like a late night spot, and I was like, okay, girl, this is different. Wonder where you grew up.
Right.
But then to find out it was inauthentic, I was like,
that's just something she takes on and puts on and takes off. I don't like that you're and then she had a comment about making a mockery of Asian stereotypes, and I was like, you're really comfortable with making a mockery of Black ones though.
Now why is that? How that work?
Like how she didn't want to play certain roles because it would make a mockery of Asians, and I was like, girl, you're real comfortable making a mockery of us.
That's what you do. Yeah, Aquafina, you can go. I'm sorry. I hear she's Scuttle.
And that's the only reason why I'm just hesitant to see this movie, because I'm like, I don't want to support it, but Daveed Diggs is in it.
Yeah, so I have to.
And Hallie.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to go on. Well, when you guys are listening,
literally been out for 5 minutes.
Well, it's Memorial Day weekend, so I want to make it fun.
5 minutes, fine, girl.
Yeah. So, well, while you guys are listening to this podcast, I will be in the movie theater, my grown ass, no kids, watching The Little Mermaid.
I can't take a 2-year-old.
I mean, you can. There'll be other 2-year-olds there. I feel like that's the perfect.
I don't want her screaming like when she gets scared or if it's too loud. No, I want to wait till she's like age appropriate. So I was thinking about like waiting till she's like 5 or 6.
Okay, that's fair, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna go.
You should. You should take your nieces.
I should.
They're kind of grown now, though. Do they still watch kid movies?
We're a Disney family.
Okay,
you remember Emery's birthday party was everybody had mouse ears.
Yes, this is true. This is y'all jam. This is right up y'all
Disney.
Alley.
Yeah, girl. People are saying it's the best live action Disney film.
Thank God. I liked Beauty and the Beast, but we digress
so far. Sorry, y'all. Jesus. Sorry.
I'll be quick with my celebrity disappointments. One, y'all have heard me say this before. Allen Iverson. I'm not talking about artificial intelligence. I'm talking about the Allen Iverson, number 3 guard for the Sixers. I met him as an adult after he had already retired in Virginia at a bar, and he revealed to us that he was a Cowboys fan and a Philadelphian, and as a diehard Eagles fan.
I'm sorry, Alan.
As a person who grew up really, I hate to use the term idolizing, but idolizing him. Like Allen Iverson, besides Michael Jordan,
broke my heart.
My dad's from Chicago, was like our very own sports hero. He was here. He was in the city. You could run into him anywhere in the city, out at the mall. He was like larger than life, even though he was like my height. Crazy. Yeah, finding out he was
you didn't have to throw that in there.
Very disappointing. J.K. Rowling.
Oh my God. Oh, the disappointment. Oh,
I have
read
every Harry Potter book at least twice. I was the girl at midnight for the midnight releases when the newer books came out. I've seen every movie. I own every book, every movie. I have 3 different wands, a cape. I'm about to get a Slytherin tattoo. I am a die-hard HP fan. I'm not going to stop loving Harry Potter. I just pretend that I don't know who she is when they mention her. Like, I have completely separated her from the books. The books live in their own universe. For those who don't know, J.K. Rowling has had some very disparaging remarks to share about trans women. And how somehow these women are posing a threat and a danger to cisgendered women, and that cisgendered women are losing an aspect of themselves by these women minding their own goddamn business. I don't know how she came up with that, but yeah, as far as I'm concerned, she's me. And last but not least, Bill Cosby.
You are heavy hitter today. Heavy hitter.
We grew up with this man. We thought he was the epitome of good, clean fun. And come to find out, he was the dirtiest, nastiest, rapiest scoundrel running the streets.
You can keep it, sir.
You can keep it.
Keep it.
So yeah, that's my biggest celebrity disappointments list. Thanks for playing. We are going to take a very quick break, and then we're going to get into Whitney's problematic people of the week, and we're going to do our problematic letter. You guys are going to love it. Stick with us. We'll be back in a second. You know, we always love to hear from you at the Problematic Podcast. So if you have a problematic question or story, feel free to email us at theproblematicpod@gmail.com, or now you can text us at 267-225-4648. Again, that's 267-225-4648. Standard messaging rates apply. We love to hear from you. Now let's get into today's problematic letters. Let's get into it, Whitney. I'm here for the dragging of the peoples.
I'm so mad at so many people all the time, but I want to start with the parent who filed a complaint about Amanda Gorman's inauguration poem, "The Hill We Climb." Have you heard about this?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so for anyone who has not heard about this, Amanda Gorman was the brilliant youth poet laureate. I can't even say it right. That's how you know she's she's way qualified, because I can't even say it. Basically, she's a fancy lady with the poem at the inauguration. And she performed this poem, and when I tell you, I was rapt, like not wrapped like wrapped around a present, but like wrapped, like she had my attention.
Yes.
And I was just like, oh, just the way you speak, like, yes, ma'am. So anyway, copies of that poem have been, that poem has been made into a book. Beautiful poem. I actually I've been meaning to add it to my list, my library. And this was a good reminder, because a parent in a school outside of Miami-Dade County complained about that poem. It's a book called Cuban Kids.
Oh my God.
Basically, it's literally just showing how Cuban kids live like American kids, and how we have similarities, and like, we're all the same, guys. The stuff that they like love to preach. Kids. But yeah, essentially, kids are kids. It's the adults that are dumb, but it's kids. Kids are
so
kids.
Very dumb.
Oh my God, Lord, these poor youth. And then it was like the ABCs of Black history and a tribute book to Langston Hughes. Complained about all 4 of these things, right? So for Amanda Gorman, she said Oprah wrote it, despite the fact that on the cover of said book, it says,
no, she
"The
didn't.
hill we climb, Amanda Gorman." No, we saw the forms. We saw the forms released by Rolling Stone and the Daily Beast, and because people got a hold of this because they're like, now wait a damn minute. I know you're not taking the poem that had everybody inspired after this damn insurrection, the poem that helped knit us together, the poem that reminded us that we are better than the news that keeps coming out about us. You're not gonna take that poem, ma'am. When I personally took offense, but I didn't realize how many other people took offense because the amount of art. When I say it was in Rolling Stone, this little lady didn't expect she was going to end up in Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone, okay, and the Daily Beast, which is low key shady a lot of times. Long and the short. So I discovered by just reading that this lady who is complaining about these resources has ties to the Proud Boys and Moms for Liberty. I said, "Are you
the Proud bitches? Not the Proud." She didn't start a sect of the Proud bitches.
Okay. Wait. Sorry. Side note. Shout out to the Oath Keepers, who are going through a very rough time right now. I done heard about your leader, who wasn't even at the damn insurrection. I done heard about 18 years. 18 years. 18 years.
Because you
in my Kanye voice.
Scale side 18. Of a building like a monkey and break
wasn't
windows.
Even there. He wasn't even there.
Guess what?
He just helped plan it.
Fuck him.
In your hard times, hate will get you there.
What's the thing? Sorrows
prayers.
Sorrows.
Episode title.
Sorrows prayers.
Sorrows prayers.
That is definitely the episode title.
I'm screaming. Yes, Queen Charlotte. Sorrows prayers. They knew. They had to have known when they were in the writer's room that they were creating a moment for us.
This is a moment. They had to know.
I know we're supposed to be complaining about stuff, but I would love, Lord, let it be, just to sit in one of these rooms and have that experience of like sitting there like, oh, I'm creating a moment for the culture.
Yeah, you should be on the writing staff of a show. I feel like
I would be out protesting right now.
You've got to,
shout out to the writers.
You're pretty good at that too. Yeah, we stand in solidarity for the
solidarity. But back to this ugly lady. Her actions are ugly. I don't even know if she's actually ugly, but her actions were ugly. Yeah. You know how the old people are like, oh, that's ugly. So according to the Daily Beast, a review of this lady's social media posts reveal her involvement in right-wing campaigns, including posing with Enrique Taro, former leader of the Proud Boys. And she was personally removed by security for disrupting a school board meeting with Moms for Liberty. Her personally, according to Rolling Stone. She posted a meme on her Facebook citing the protocols of the Elders of Zion, which I've never heard of, but for good reason, because that shit
is a clan sect.
It is anti-Semitism times a billion. And for that, she apologized. She's like,
these Christians know that Jesus was a Jew. Have we started with that one?
The white ones don't.
That's not a the
white ones fact.
Don't. That's not a disputed fact. This man named Jesus Christ.
The white Christian nationalists do
not. Christian meaning the follower of Christ.
They don't even worship Christ. They worship Trump. They worship white supremacy. Don't even worship Christ.
Facts. Points.
Yeah. If they saw Jesus right now, they'd rather go to hell. You tell me if they saw a man with hair like wool and feet like brass, that they would want to go to that heaven.
They would.
Their hate's going to keep them out. When they would talk about the wheat and the tare.
Yes.
Definitely the tare.
Definitely the tare.
Definitely the tare. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying what the scripture says. Anyway, so yeah, she posted that, but then she had a big apology for that. Oh, I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm not a book person. I don't be reading. So why are you trying to ban books?
It is the new, it's like It's not a dog whistle. It's
Air horn.
definitely a racist air horn.
These are air horns.
And that's what's in vogue now. Like,
Mhm.
hey, you want to be a racist? This is what we're doing. We're not, doing outright lynchings, at least not today in this part of
We're
town.
gonna take your story.
Right.
We're gonna take your story because we know if we could attack your story, if we can attack your history, we take your power.
It's getting exhausting. And this DeSantis guy who's trying to put us back.
The next one
is just it's like they're just throwing themselves behind any idiot who can show that they are just remotely racist and want to, I don't know, just make shit difficult for Black and brown people. And the crazy thing is Black and brown people aren't bothering nobody.
Literally aren't bothering anyone.
We're running up on the Capitol steps and breaking windows and pissing in offices and tearing shit down, and we're not even doing anything.
We're not even bothering you.
A revolution.
We literally just want to go to work, go to church, live our lives, and go home.
Read our books and mind our business.
Literally, that's all we want to do is exist. Same thing for the queer community. Same thing for the disabled community. People just literally want to exist, and white racists are just like, no.
They're like, can you not treat us any differently? And they're like, absolutely not. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Just don't understand.
Yeah. He was actually my next one.
Go for it. Go on.
I thoroughly enjoyed the Twitter Spaces debacle. I find that as a sign from the Lord. No, but DeSantis is fucking dangerous, and y'all need to. All right, as a Black woman, I told y'all in 2016, y'all need to stop fucking playing with Donald Trump. I said that in 2016. 2016, Black women stood up. Not just me, but multiple Black women said, y'all need to not play with this. Y'all keep, because the popular culture kept like thinking he was entertaining, thinking he was charismatic.
Want to see how far it could go.
Wanted to see how far it could go.
Now look, nobody can get an abortion. Nobody.
We're still in a damn pandemic. Because the man said
Orange Glow
told us to put disinfectant. You know how many people died?
Listen.
You know how many people died? Not from the pandemic, because God rest them, but people started putting things in their body.
Bleach. And you know what? I don't think you should do it, but if you feel that strongly about it, because your fearless leader told you to, how am I supposed to stop you?
Don't do it. We got to treat y'all like toddlers. Put everything up high. We can't treat y'all like toddlers.
I think people just really wanted to see how far it would go, and now that's the thing. When you put a battery on somebody's back, you have to realize whoever comes after them
is worse.
Bigger battery, bigger back.
Yeah.
And now you have Ron DeSantis, who is literally out here like,
the biggest back.
Black, if it's brown, if it's disabled, indigenous,
queer,
different in any sort of way. To keep the rainbow folks out of here. Disney said, we're thinking about maybe casting one gay character. And he was like, now there is no more Disney.
Yeah.
There's no more Disney.
Well, he tried it. Disney's getting ready to own Florida if he keeps fucking around.
But it's going to be a man who will go up against Disney and an American and universal global staple. Everybody likes Disney.
Everybody likes Disney.
Goes, I hate Disney. Even if you don't like the movies, you don't wake up and go, oh, fucking Disney.
Space Mountain. Okay.
You know,
what are we talking about?
This guy is unhinged. He's got crazy. Why do all the crazy men? I saw a full body picture of Ron DeSantis for the first time.
Oh no, girl.
And I am not body shaming.
Did you see the boots?
I did see the boots. That's the picture I'm talking about. Why is it that all the unhinged men are very hippie? Now, I've made comments before. You'll notice I had to point this out to some people. Donald Trump will stand with his shoulders leaning forward, and his posterior pointed backwards, and that's what they teach men who are hippier to do, to when they take photographs, so that your shoulders are forward, makes them look broader, and your hips look slimmer. And Ron DeSantis is doing the same thing, and I'm wondering, and again, not body shaming, because I appreciate anybody with hips.
You do like a good hip,
but I do wonder If there's like a genetic makeup thing where your brain is automatically unhinged if your hips reach a certain girth. Can I say girth?
Not girth. That is a great word. Girth is a wonderful word. No, Ron DeSantis is actually dangerous because unlike Trump, he knows how to legislate and he will do it very quickly. And I'm telling y'all right now, like as much jokes as the jokes are gonna write themselves. We're watching Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump go up against each other because it's not gonna be fair. The gloves are gonna be off. It's going to be just melee, and we can all be
entertained.
We are all gonna be very entertained, but at the same time, we need to have our own My child is singing. We need to have our own meetings. I'm sorry, I got distracted. That's my baby. I'm so proud. I can't wait. Just love being with her. So see, all those pleasant feels got me out of my angry mode. While we're laughing at Ron DeSantis and Trump, we really need to be strategizing. We need to be organizing because there's going to be people who aren't paying attention. There's going to be people who aren't looking at the issues. There's going to be people who aren't doing the work that they need to do. And they'll look at Biden, we just saw him do the Joint Chiefs meeting.
Yes,
and he did first of all, he did a great job. Biden is a lot sharper than people want to give him, but he's still old. And
he's still very old.
I don't mean to be ageist. It was a way he was standing in the sunlight. I'm like, first of all, y'all need to have that man in the shade. We already talked about the ozone layer.
Yes.
Does he have sunscreen on? But the age spots.
Yes.
Earl said he looked like a strawberry, and I screamed.
Oh no! Oh
yeah.
No! Oh
not with the red, not the redness, but just the texture. And he was like, "That man looks like a strawberry." He was just walking by. You know how Earl just makes those offhand comments. Yes. And I think I spit. Like
a man of Biden's age should not. We all remember when Hillary Clinton was campaigning, and she's a woman of a certain age. And I'm not saying that she was too old to be president, but campaigning is campaigning in the city you live in is difficult. Your schedule starts at around 5. It doesn't end until 9:30, 10 p.m., sometimes later because people want to talk to you. Now imagine traversing the entire nation and doing that and still serving as president and still having to go overseas and do your job and attend summits. And he's old.
You know what I'm doing at 70 years old? I'm going to be
rocking,
gardening, making tea, singing with my grandchildren.
And telling my grandbabies, y'all sit down, turn them loose. Turn them loose. Let them go. If y'all got to fight, go somewhere else.
Turn them loose.
That's it. That's all. Not doing all this extra stuff.
Meanwhile, I'm like, we're baking cookies.
Turn them loose. No, my grandkids definitely going to be fighters, and that's okay. That's all right. That's fine.
You need to come get your niece because she too is a fighter.
I like it. Listen, she's tall too.
She squared up on one of her poor little friends because he kept grabbing her hair, and she turned around like she was getting ready to do something. We had to go.
Should have mollywopped his ass.
No, he was just curious. He didn't mean to grab it.
Touch my hair.
I had to dap her up because I was like, you were ready. And like her general sweetness makes me feel like I'm like, oh no, you're not gonna be ready. But when she turned around, I was like, that's my girl. She's like her mama.
She's about to knock him.
Like I'm kind, I'm not nice.
Clean out on the playground.
just a little 2-year-old spread out.
I'm here for it. Toddler violence, I'm here for.
Not toddler violence.
Not violence against toddlers. We don't want toddlers violencing each other.
Toddlers against violencing. Wow, we're just making up words with the crimers,
toddler crimers. I'm here for it.
You bitches. Okay.
Oh boy.
So the hoteps who are online disparaging the name of Tina Turner because she left an abusive. She's trying to put the black man down. That black man had been putting her down for 20 damn years, and you didn't say anything about that. Here's why I stopped calling them hoteps. I started calling them faux wokes. FAUX.
Faux
wokes. Because hoteps, like the idea of a hotep, like when we were growing up, was that they always had a book.
They always had books and incense and like new knowledge, like things you never heard of. They had YouTube before YouTube was YouTube.
These Negroes is just dumb and just saying stuff. Like the ones that were like...
And illiterate.
You have a period every month. You're not even supposed to have a period every month. Sir, what gynecology school did you go to?
None, but this baby barely passed the 6th grade.
Okay.
College.
Reading comprehension? What? University? beyond the first four? What?
I know questionable standardized test scores when I hear them speak.
Listen, like, sir, why are you telling me to eat dirt and like drink grass water, like to try to prevent me from having a period? Like, what is your problem? Get the hell out of here. At least with the hoteps, they had facts to point to in their books. They were just annoying. That was the only thing about hoteps. They were very, very woke for the traditional standard.
Very aggressive.
Very aggressive about it. They ate salads and drank their tea in their rooms filled with plants. It was really, really cute. But you ugly bitches on the line, get offline, go read something, like not something that your cousin wrote. Read something from an actual library, from an actual historian. Do something, because what we're not going to do is disparage the name of Tina Turner, who lived her life out in peace.
We are not. And let me tell you something. You can do it on the internet, and there's not a whole lot I can do about it. But dear God, bless the day that anyone ever tries to do it in my presence.
Someone told me she was a sellout because she married a white man. I'm like, didn't Ike marry a white woman?
The way I am going to drag that person and a raggedy ass slump shoulder slew foot mother, when I hear it,
I'll hold your things.
Oh, I cannot wait.
This is the second time I volunteered to hold your things.
Yes, because the internet allows people to think that they can say and do things without the ramifications.
Sure do, child.
By the time I'm done with you for disparaging a woman who was abused for almost 2 decades and throwing your support and your cape on for a known abuser. Yeah, nah. What's funny? Ike never came out and said he didn't do that shit. But this is the person y'all want to throw the cape on for.
Is this it? This is the one?
This is the one. That's it. That's the
Finally, to the officer who shot Adrian Murray. 11-year-old Adrian Murray was calling the cops because his family was experiencing a domestic abuse situation. The cops arrived. The moment they arrived, they told everyone to come out of the house. Adrian comes around the corner to come out the house to obey what the officer said. Ends up shot in the chest. Asking his mother, as he is just on, like, trying to recover from his gunshot wound at 11 years old, what did I do wrong? Why did he shoot me? Why? He kept asking. He just wanted to know what he did wrong. He did what the officer said. Now, bless God, the Adrian, just like Ralph Yarl, survived.
He did.
He's at home right now, recovering from his injuries. I want this officer fired because there was no reason to shoot an 11-year-old.
Fired? Jailed. Drawn and quartered. Let's start there.
No.
Shot, at the very least, shot. No, he at least has to be shot. You shot an 11-year-old.
This is where I stop.
This is where you stop. But this is where I'm going to shoulder the burden and pick it up. I got your back. Don't worry. No. Absolutely need to be held accountable. You should never be in the capacity of law enforcement ever again, because you don't know how to enforce laws. You do not know how to protect and serve. You only know how to assault, maim, injure. So no, you don't get to have a badge. You don't get to be a security guard. You don't get to stand out front of your own house and peruse the block. You don't get to do community watches. That's fucking done for you. But then I need you prosecuted. I need the grand jury bringing charges immediately. Not now, not today, but right the fuck now.
Right now, please. Thank you.
Immediately. And then for some great old street justice, when he is released from prison, I also need him shot. I also need him shot. He can live. I'm not saying he should be killed. I'm just saying you should be. Did you shoot someone? Yes. Then you should be shot too.
An unarmed child.
An unarmed child. And you should be unarmed when you're shot as well. Because there's gotta be some sort of.
We do not condone street violence on the problematic
podcast. Does this cop have an 11-year-old?
No, girl. Stop this.
I'm not saying shoot the 11-year-old. I'm not going that far. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
But I need to know, what would you want done if someone
shot your baby?
Your baby.
It was the child that called for help.
What do you think that, as an adult, as a cop who is okay with shooting people, what do you think his response would be to somebody shooting his child? It would probably be vigilante justice, right?
Yeah.
I'm not. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
You are, but that's. I want something else has to be done, because it's not lost on me that last week was the 3rd anniversary of the murder the lynching of George Floyd, and we are still having this conversation about
Still.
police brutality against Black bodies. Still,
Children's bodies. He was
friggin'
a
Joe Biden.
child.
Joe
What could
Biden
an
talk about?
11
No. Fund the police. Fund the police. We can reform this. You can't reform that.
There's
That cannot be
nothing.
reformed.
This
And to all the
lynch mob with a
ugly,
badge.
to all the ugly people who are going down to Florida because Ron DeSantis is now inviting people who have been accused of violence in their professions, and he's building his little police force down in Florida. I gotta get my mother out of Florida because this is enough. This is enough. That's enough.
Please bring your mama out of Florida. You know I love your mother.
With her husband too. Yes, I'm bringing them both. Like everybody out of Florida.
Too, I guess. I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. I love my stepfather. Shout out to PJ.
He's a very wonderful, loving man, and I love the way he's very loud about loving your mother out loud.
Very loud about it, and it makes me happy. It's gross, but it makes me happy.
It's so gross.
Oh
God,
heebie-jeebies again.
But it's cute.
Let's talk about this letter.
Oh,
I can
okay.
throw up in my mouth.
All right, we're gonna get into the letter, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on to your seats. You know it's prom season, and everybody's been going back and forth about how extravagant proms are. We're going to get into the not so sexy side. So I need a name for a young lady, an aunt.
Gladys.
All right, Gladys.
I'm consistent. I'm consistent.
Gladys wrote, my niece went on her junior prom last week, and you know we had to make it an extravaganza bonanza.
Mm-hmm.
I am one of 4 girls, and each of us helped my sister out with the prom to keep it classy but not too expensive. I took care of her hair, makeup, and nails, and what she wanted cost a pretty penny, but I had plenty of time to prepare, and I made it happen. The problem is my baby sister and my niece's dad did not make it happen. My sister promised to get a pair of designer shoes that I've never heard of for her to change into at the dance, and she didn't deliver. Then her father, who promised to rent the car, couldn't come up with the money to do so and didn't tell anyone until the morning of the prom.
No!
Yes, I couldn't let my baby be stressed. She wrote stressed. Couldn't let my baby be stressed.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom and I split the cost of a nice black SUV. My niece looked amazing and had a wonderful time, but I do have a question. My mom says because we did it for family, I shouldn't ask her dad for the car money back. He had one damn job. Should I be reimbursed?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, you should.
Absolutely.
Yes, you should. First of all, shout out to y'all for giving this baby the time that she deserved. Because these children have lived through hell the last 3 years.
Yes.
Hell. Y'all expect them to get good grades, and they're watching the earth fall apart. They're watching their friends, their teachers, some relatives die of this invisible disease. Like, they're watching social injustice in the streets. You expect them to write these damn reports? Girl, these kids have been through hell. Extravaganza. You hear me? Okay. Over the top. Are you kidding me? Give it to them. Give it to them. Let them have it.
They deserve.
They do. They really, really do. It's their Met Gala. It's their red carpet. It's their let them have it.
And when you think about it, these kids who are going on junior and senior proms now had just started their high school careers essentially when the pandemic came into place. So I get, yes, people are going over the top. People are spending a lot of money. People are doing things that I don't even think the kids necessarily want. But, you know, it's not just a celebration for the kid. It's a big deal for the family, too. And that's okay. It's always funny to me, and I'm not trying to come off as more responsible or more prepared than anybody else. That's not the thing. My gripe when reading this letter, and honestly laughing out loud at extravaganza bonanza.
I love it.
You knew prom was coming.
Are you talking about the dad?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck him.
And
I'm very upset.
And the other auntie. Everybody
I'm upset at them.
You knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting the day of. It's
to get a car?
To get a car and to get whatever these designer shoes were. I didn't know. Like, now I see that people are like getting to prom and changing into like other things. It's like you wear a blazer for the
house
for
photos.
the send off, And then you wear a blazer for when you get to the prom. And
Yeah.
then there's like an after hour blazer. Like it's a whole production. And I'm here for the kids
Here
doing
for
the
it.
things.
Here
Because
for
after
it.
prom, I changed into some jeans and a white t-shirt, stole one of my friends' fitted hats, and I was out in the streets. But
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. We were at IHOP.
we were okay. We had things to do.
Mhm.
40th Street diners where we went.
Okay.
But,
You got to go to a diner.
But
You got to.
we were outside.
Yes.
But you know, it's the idea. It almost feels malicious when you wait till the day of.
You never were going to do it. You were never
a
going to do
little
it.
mean-spirited and almost like you're trying to suck the life out of the event. You don't put the added stress on people the day of. And we all remember what prom was like. And they're even more intense now because there are a lot more moving parts. If you couldn't do it, you knew you couldn't do it on prom day, you probably knew the day before, 2 days before. I don't think there's anything that happened, the week before and the day before prom that you couldn't communicate that. Now, to answer this young lady's question, Gladys, let me tell you something.
Get your money back.
Right now.
Okay.
If you know where the dad lives, you take his car until he bring the rental car money.
Okay.
And you break his side mirror for every week of interest.
No,
too far. Okay.
No.
Well, what do you think is proper debt collection? I don't know.
I mean, I guess because I haven't been in this situation, like I would just ask, not ask, I would say, I'm like, okay, so here's the receipt. This is your daughter. This was your job. This was your responsibility. You agreed to this when we talked about this, when we had our little, I don't know if y'all had a prom meeting or anything like that, but let's say you did.
It seems like they did. They got everybody on board.
Yeah, this is what you agreed to. And I would, because I was raised a certain way, because I look at things a certain way, I would just remind them. I was like, so do you want your child to know that you did not come through on the one day that she asked you to do one thing? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Because these are the memories that they care. Like, we remember our proms. We remember the preparation. We remember the dress shopping. We remember, or getting them made for you fancy girls. Us broke girls, we had to go buy David's Bridal. Shout out to David's Bridal.
Shout out to David's Bridal.
Friend of the pod. So yeah, like, do you want her to remember that you waited? Not only did you wait the day of, but you did not come through.
You didn't come through.
Yeah,
and you had
want her to
lots of time. And it seems like the whole squad got together. Like, you got a bunch of aunts and you got a bunch of, well, I should say sisters, who are willing to do the things. Why couldn't you just say, I really ain't got it for these shoes, or you running into some issue? You don't wait till the day of. You know what the day of prom was like?
Hell. I'm getting my hair done. I'm getting my nails done. I'm doing like the final things. I'm making sure I hydrate because it's gonna be a long night. All that stuff.
It's so much, and people are in the house cooking and trying to get because
other people are coming by.
Right, you're cleaning and all of this, and then you come with the disappointment when you had ample time to prepare. And I'm not saying it's like times aren't hard. I get it. Things are going on in the world. The price of gas is high. And I know another friend of mine who was prepping for prom last week was saying, like, getting a rental car was even tough last week because a lot of the places are out of, the black or the white cars. So you don't put people in a bind. You don't put your daughter in a bind like that. I understand things happen. Right. I don't know what the circumstances were. But if you fucked up or you dropped a ball, it's on you to make something happen.
Make it right.
And if you can't make it right, the way you make it right is when you're I don't know if it's the mother-in-law or your child's grandmother and their aunt. Make it happen. You make sure you get, girl, ask for your money back. I get what your mama's saying. It's family. You did it for your niece. No. But you covered for her father.
Yeah,
you did it for your niece, but you covered for her father. So he got to run your ducats. And if you don't run your ducats, let me know. Because if this is a local story, I'll go get your money. I'll go get your money.
Let us know. Y'all really do need to write it. I need to hear. I need to hear what happened afterwards. The advice. So Gladys, write us in.
Please let me know.
Let us know if you got your money.
We thank you all for hanging out with us.
At least a payment plan,
right? Like something $50 a week.
Okay, a
I'm
payment
gonna keep
plan.
breaking your side mirror, and you're gonna keep getting pulled over, and then life is gonna get real expensive and stupid for you. That's
Please
just
don't do
me.
that. Please don't commit.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
crime.
Okay.
Don't crime.
Don't be a crimer.
Don't be a
Don't
crimer.
be a crimer. Do
Mm-mm.
something else inconvenient, like don't slash his tires, but flatten them all.
Thank you all for joining us on the Problematic Podcast. We love hearing from you.
Please write into us. Please have a fantastic week, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.